Hi, how are you all doing today?
Doing well.
How are you?
This lawsuit, the allegations included in the lawsuit, specifically the racial discrimination, is a bombshell in Forest Park. How does this make you feel being a part of the city, like they said earlier, and having known that you were surveillanced and your family were watched, you were watched, they raffled through your trash?
I feel violated, for one. Hurt, being that this is a city where I grew up, where I'm raising my kids, and where I'm now serving. I just feel very violated.
This is a feeling that I wouldn't want to wish on nobody, especially you're doing the right thing, you're fighting for the people, and then they're doing this to elected officials. So my whole concern is if they could do it to elected officials, what are they doing to people? And for them to be successful, if they were successful in this, it would have had innocent people in prison. So this is very, very harsh. This is very, very personal for me, because there are people that couldn't speak up. There's people out there that are being violated, but they don't have no representation, no one to fight for them. So I feel that something needs to be done.
Now, what was startling to me was the allegations from the police department in regards to the racial discrimination for citizens in Forest Park. That's a huge bombshell. Like you said earlier, that is civil rights right there. How, as a lawyer, are you going to handle this angle?
Bill.
Well, we'll pursue the evidence as it comes out, and certainly if it becomes clear, as it appears to be, that the department is profiling African Americans, and has been for some time, that will be a claim, and we will follow it.
Now, when it comes to Forest Park, the new administration, what are they saying?
The mayor has been very apologetic. The new chief has been very. He's come in there and figured out things that were going on. He had only been there for 5 or 6 months, so they're very apologetic, and I appreciate them for everything that they've done. But we went through this. It happened. It didn't happen on their watch, but it happened.
This is considered an emotional trauma when you find out. When you walked in that room and you were told this, and you had to explain this to your family members, how did they respond?
My daughter took it the hardest besides me, because she's like, Mom, they went through our trash, our personal information is there, and we just cried. We really just cried because we're like, wow, this happened to us. So it was a hurtful feeling. It was very hurtful.
Personally, I feel that where it hits home for me, because these officers that were told to go and target us and to find out stuff, they're still on the force. So how does that make me feel today? I feel like I'm not protected. I feel like whatever we do, there are those 12 or more officers are there watching us. And me being from another country, I just feel that what if they want to react or respond to what they were supposed to do?
Now, I would say this. If it wasn't for those same officers, and me and Councilman Antoine had this conversation, we wouldn't have known anything. They were just doing a job that they were told to do. And if they didn't do it, then we don't know what would have happened to them. So they didn't feel comfortable and safe telling us until Chief Hobbs was out of the picture. So I thank them, actually, because if they wouldn't have spoke up, we would have never known.
And let me qualify that a little bit. I mean, the obvious is that if, in fact, there weren't, I'll say, putative whistleblowers in the police department, my clients never would have known. Right. With that being said, we're going to follow the evidence. And if, in fact, some of these same police officers were very, very active and aggressive and quite frankly, driving the train in terms of the encroachment on my client's civil rights, then more probably than not, they'll be included in the suit.
Well, and I would add to that, just as a matter of how the law works in this area, if you are a subordinate employee and you witness or are being asked to commit effectively a civil rights violation, it is not enough to say that you are under pressure. You have a legal duty to intervene and oppose that conduct, no matter the consequence. That's what the law expects of you. That's what our Constitution expects of everybody who is sworn to uphold it in a uniform.
Right now, how is the environment for you as far as being on the council board? Just how do you feel now?
Still hurt because we're victims, and people are acting like Chief Hobbs is the victim, you know. And then you look at certain things that, like the mayor we had that committed all these crimes and they covered it up. He was a white guy, you know, and nothing happened to him, but we're being talked about and bashed in council meetings because of what we're doing and because we're speaking out. But they didn't do the same thing to him, and he was actually breaking the laws as the mayor at the time.
And just to be clear, so our listeners and viewers will know, you were the only 2 black city council members on the board.
Yes, for a period of time.
For a period of time.
And I'll say this, for the bulk of the 4 years that they were under surveillance, they were the only 2 African American city council people. Bill, you remember to say something?
Yeah.
Well, the only observation I was going to make, and I think it needs to be very, very clear, is there's a lot of focus on Chief Hobbs. We have every reason to believe that that's not where this ended, and that Chief Hobbs and other city officials were certainly aware of what was going on. At a minimum, were allowing it to happen, and perhaps were supporting it and complicit in it. So we'll find out where the evidence goes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.